Tom Trento, director of the United West, with an absolutely fascinating and extremely important movie that we want all of you to go see on the premiere night, October 27th. And with us is the brains behind this movie, Let There Be Light, Sam Sorbo. Hi, Sam. How are you?
Hi, thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited about this movie. It opens in 10 days, October 27th.
October 27th,
Let there be light.
2017. Big movie. Look, you started in, it was it biomedical engineering and you're making movies? What happened?
Yeah, I studied biomedical engineering at Duke University, but then I just veered completely off that. So I became an actress, met my husband, gave up acting when he became ill, and it's been a really amazing journey here. I had the idea for this movie. I knew that I alone couldn't get it done, so I reached out to an acquaintance of mine, Dan Gordon, who's a very well-known screenwriter. He wrote The Hurricane with Denzel Washington and Wyatt Earp with Kevin Costner. And I said, "Hey, I've got an idea for a movie. Would you consider writing it with me?" And he said, "No, I'm a well-known screenwriter. Why would I do that?"
Dan does
So
not write movies with other people. We know that.
he doesn't do that, which makes this all the more, fascinating of a tale. We decided to have lunch, and he asked me the idea for the movie, and when he heard it, he couldn't resist it, because it's really a human drama, and he was tired of writing, get out of the chopper or whatever, and so he agreed to write it with me on the spot. And 2 weeks later, Sean Hannity phoned my husband really out of the blue and said, "I'd like to produce a faith-based movie with you. Do you have anything?" To which Kevin said, "Well, I actually do." And so we flew to New York and pitched Sean, and he was within half an hour, he was in.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get this right for the audience. You keep throwing out your husband, your husband. Who the heck is your husband?
So my husband is Kevin Sorbo. He played Hercules in the number one television show in the world for I think it was about 5 years running. And he's gone on to do many other things, but he's probably best known now for God's Not Dead. And I say that because people used to stop him all the time for Hercules. He's famous and he's that Kevin Sorbo guy. But since God's Not Dead and the other faith-based films that he's done, he's been stopped more at the airport with people saying, "Please make more movies like this."
Wow, that's pretty
See,
interesting. So
yeah.
you were a young actress. You were in the TV series Hercules. You met Hercules, and is it a love story? You fell in love, and it's 20 years later, something like that?
I played a princess. And yeah, if you want the full story, and it's a really good story, get Kevin's book. It's called True Strength. It's the story of his recovery from 3 strokes. And the part of the story of our meeting and our love story is interwoven into that. And I wrote those chapters, so they're the best ones
They're
in
the
the book.
best ones, of course. So you got Kevin Sorbo, well-known actor. You got this guy Hannity, whoever Sean Hannity is. You got him. Then you get Dan Gordon, and you bring all these alpha males together, and you get the movie made. How'd you do that?
Providence. Because on my own, I couldn't have done any of this. I mean, I had an idea for a movie, and I knew that I couldn't do it myself, so I reached out to Dan. But I'll tell you this, we got Dionne Warwick to sing our theme song in the movie. And when we booked Dionne, I called Dan because it was really mainly his doing, getting her involved. And I said, congratulations, that you did a good job there. That was really, you pulled one off. And he said, "Oh, Sam, I think we both know that neither of us have anything to do with this. We've just been tapped." So
That's
it's a
that's that's very cool, and indeed Providence. But I'm a Sicilian guy from New Jersey. Somehow you got not a make believe mafioso guy, but a real live mafioso guy in this movie. How'd that happen?
So Michael Franzese is, I think, a longtime friend of Dan's, and so Dan wanted basically to write him into the movie. And then we went to Michael and said, "Hey, we wrote a part for you. Would you agree to play it?" Which he did, thankfully, and he did a stupendous job. Audiences love his character. That is the audiences that like this kind of movie and want to be uplifted. There are people out there who resent the message of hope, and they don't want the uplift, and they don't want to have their worldview challenged. We ran across that with some bozo who wrote a review of the trailer that he panned. He panned the entire movie based on the 2 minutes of a trailer. And the one character that he criticized as having been, the writing was like really bad or whatever, was Michael Francese's character. And so I wrote the guy back and I said, you realize that you picked the one character who's actually a real life character and is actually played by the real guy. The one thing that you might want to criticize Michael for, if you really wanted to, might be acting because he's not an actor, but he's playing himself. So I don't even know how you can do that.
He did a very, very good job. People really have to see this. Sam, what is don't give the whole thing away, because there's all kinds of twists and turns and ups and downs. What basically is the essence of the story, and why should people go see this?
Well, that's easy. I mean, we're living in some dark times. We've got evil is all around us, and we need hope. And that's what this movie is. It's a movie about hope. It's a movie that will make you want to laugh, want to cry, want to stand up and cheer. It's a movie that's testing extremely well for women. They love the movie, but I got to tell you, men love it even more. So ladies, if there's a movie that you want to invite your husband, your brother, your father, your son to this fall and have them thank you for it, this is that movie. It speaks to men. It speaks about fatherhood. It speaks about the struggle with life and death. And it will really, it'll bless you. It'll uplift you. It'll give you hope.
And there's Christian themes in it, but as an evangelical Christian, I could recommend this movie to non-Christians because there's Judeo-Christian moral themes throughout it that are very uplifting, very, very important. We got a little inside element I want to tell you about. You probably know about it, but Dan invited our director, J. Mark Campbell, and myself to come and just to watch and maybe be an extra or something. And Mark went up there, and in one of the scenes, Mark does what Mark does. He ran when your husband, the character, fainted. I'm not going to give anything away. And Mark runs up with an iPhone, and the director's going, stop, stop. And Dan runs out and says, wait, that's actually what would happen. And Mark, our guy, made the cutting floor, and he did a good job. So we're happy about that. We're going to try to get as many people out to see this. Would you please introduce the trailer, and then we'll go from there. We'll let folks watch the trailer, and we'll try to get as many people as possible to see this film on October 27th, theaters all over. What's your website, by the way, so they can go there?
LetThereBeLightMovie.com. LetThereBeLightMovie.com, and you can get all this information. The website's full of information. It's got special things, so go and explore the website a little bit. And I want to address just briefly, you talk about Hollywood and the smarm and the smut that's coming out of Hollywood, and you mentioned you don't have to be Christian to enjoy this movie, but if you have Judeo-Christian values, and we need to recognize that it's those values that keep our culture, that keep us from the horrible stuff that we're seeing that's coming out of Hollywood right now. And so I really want this movie to be able to send a message to Hollywood that these are the values that we want to see reflected in our entertainment. That we do not appreciate when millionaire football players take a knee at the Super Bowl or at the football games when the national anthem is played, and we don't appreciate much of the smut and the smarm that comes out of Hollywood. And the best way to send that message is to vote with your dollars and go to the theaters and show that there is support for movies like this. So you wanted me to set up the trailer. I'm happy to do that. This movie, Let There Be Light, opens on October 27th. Go to LetThereBeLightMovie.com. The trailer tells a little bit about the story. It's full of twists and turns. It is a movie that will take you on a ride you won't soon forget. And it's touching audiences across the nation who are filled with hope and joy. And so, Let There Be Light. Here's the trailer.
Yeah, I'm coming.
You're drunk?
Oh, you can't pull the wool over your eyes.
The basic tenet of Christianity.
Whoa. Don't you dare tell me about the love and the compassion of your so-called God.
What do you think it does to the boys to take the death of their brother and use it as part of your carnival act?
Pays the bills.
Clinically dead in the ambulance for 4 minutes. It's a miracle.
I saw Davy. And all I wanted to do was put my arms around him. I don't know what to do with it.
You've gotten the best scientific explanation. It hasn't brought you any comfort. Would you consider
consulting a different source.
Doc, he is your God, and he's holding out his hand to you. All you got to do now is take it. Jesus gets whacked, right?
Well, I've never exactly heard it put that way, but yeah.
Follow me here. This ain't brain surgery.
Do you believe that God hears?
God always answers prayers. Sometimes we just don't understand the answers.
This better be good.
That's what I said. I don't want to lose you.
So my first question is, are you guys ready for the amount of heat that'll be coming your way with this?
I got to tell you, I'm excited. October 27th. Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be, Sam, on October 27th?
I believe I'm actually doing the Hannity's television show on October 27th. I'll be in New York, and I'm doing Huckabee this on the 20th. No, 21st. So very excited about the promotion of this movie. I really want to bring light back into the world.
All right, well, God bless you and all the people involved. And, you started by saying Providence guided you through this. Providence will take you from here to wherever it's going to be. And if God told you where it was going to be, you wouldn't be able to handle it. So it's very, very exciting. You take care, okay?
I love that. Thanks, Tom.